Hi. How are you? How was your week? It's been a crazy couple of weeks, that's for sure. So I know your week was probably a little crazy. My week was okay. Pretty much par for the course for this time of the year. And got to see the kids, got to see Santa multiple times. And that's what I wanted to talk to you about, Santa. It's Christmas, you gotta talk about Santa. So, last week, we went to see my mom, which we do every week, more or less. And we went to the diner that we go to every week. And we were sitting at a table, and there was a nice man sitting by himself behind us. And he looked like he was maybe in his 70s. And he had a long white beard. And he just looked perfectly fine. Very nice. So we were sitting there and talking, and we had Scarlett with us. And then the nice man got up to leave as our food was coming. He got up to leave. And then Kenny's staring at him. And he says to Scarlett, look behind you. It's Santa Claus. So when the man had stood up to leave, he put a Santa hat on his head. And he had the white beard. And I thought, how cool is that he carries around a Santa hat, and when a child sees him, he puts it on. So Scarlett turned around, and I said, you could talk to him, you could tell him stuff, tell him what you want. And she starts talking to him, and he's talking to her and getting her words going. And then he stuck his hand in his pocket and pulled out a candy cane. And that struck me so strong. This man knows that he looks like Santa. He brings props so that he can be Santa for children like Scarlett who believe in magic, who believe in all of this. I thought that was the coolest thing. And I was very impressed. And then a couple days later, Craig was kind enough to take me to the mall with Scarlett so that she could get a picture taken. And this is a family that works there, that's one of my families works there, and they were so kind and helped us out. And so did Santa. So we went, and she got her picture taken with Santa, and so did he. And Santa had seen us a week earlier, because he was with my friend, like my family there. And he talked to her and shook her hand, and not where the Santa display is, but on his way to his break. And then the day after we saw Santa and she got her picture taken, we were at Kevin's house, and the fire department there have a routine that they do at Christmas time, where you sign up for a time, and they come right to your house, and they get out of the fire truck, and they talk to you, and they give you presents, and they're right there one-on-one with you. Now, when I was a kid, I was afraid of Santa. I didn't like that whole idea of coming in the house, even leaving gifts. But these 3-4 encounters with him kind of blew me away. Because all of these Santa Clauses, if they're making money, they're not making a lot. And a lot of them are not. They're volunteering. But they did this for the kids. Now, I'm trying to look things up in the Bible, but I don't know if you know this or not, but Santa Claus is not in the Bible. But I did look up, what does God want us to do? Especially at this time of the year, his son's birthday. So this is not about his son's birthday, it's about us. Philippians 2, verse 4, do not be interested only in your own life, but be interested in the lives of others. I like that one. Ephesians chapter 4, verse 32, be kind and loving to each other. Forgive each other, just as God forgave you in Christ. And 1 John 3, 17 through 18, suppose a believer is rich enough to have all that he needs. He sees his brother in Christ who is poor and does not have what he needs. What if the believer didn't help the poor brother? Then maybe he doesn't have God's love quite enough in his heart. Our love should not only be words and talk. Our love must be true love, and we would show that love by what we do. Since the very beginning, since the Old Testament, since the very beginning, God has said, be there for other people. Understand that they exist and help them. These Santa Clauses, and I'm pretty sure every Santa, they understand that, and they do it. And they do it whether they're on duty or off duty, whether they're on a fire truck or in the mall or in a diner having dinner. I see Santas wherever I go, and I never see a Santa that has a hard time with other people. I only see ones that are there for other people. Later, a week later, after we saw the Santa at the diner, we went back to the same diner, and I asked the hostess about him. I said, he was amazing, and if he ever comes back, I'd really like to thank him for how kind he was to my granddaughter. And she said, he's here now. He comes every week. And sure enough, he was in the other room, and I went up and I started talking to him. And he told me that he lost his wife a month earlier, and that she was the one that said to him, you look just like Santa. You got to do this for the kids. And he told me that for free, he is Santa at multiple places, schools and stores and businesses that have Christmas parties. And he said, I'll be there for you too if you want. Let me give you my phone number. He wanted to give me his phone number because he cares. Here's the thing. There's this whole thing about when do you tell your children that Santa is not real? My mother does not believe in that. She believes that Santa is real. And I saw the real Santas, every Santa. The reason I say this is because basically what Santa does is help the children to understand that people love them, that there's someone there that loves you enough to give you a gift even though they don't know who you are, that there's someone there to get a picture with you, to give you a present, to listen when you tell them what you want for Christmas, to have a little candy cane in his pocket to give to you. Santa's real. Real. The love that Santa gives is unlike anything else. Because Santa loves those children that he doesn't, maybe never met before, or maybe only knows from going to their house and giving them gifts. Santa's real. And I met plenty of them this year, and I feel blessed to know them. I think that we all need to be Santa. And that's what God's saying. He's saying, be like Santa. Take care of other people. Carry a candy cane in your pocket. Put a Santa hat on your head. Ride a fire truck and talk to the children and bring presents. Stay in the mall and talk to them and ask them, what do you want for Christmas? Spend your time with them. Take care of them. Love them and make sure that they know that they are loved. We all need to be like that. So I'm going to remember, and I'm not going to be afraid of Santa anymore, and I'm going to try to be like Santa and be there for people, whether I know them or not, whether they're children or adults, or even puppies or kittens. I'm going to try to do that. There's a song I found. Sometimes these songs fit, and sometimes they just are what I want to hear. Santa for someone. I got to get this paper so I can wrap these gifts. What am I going to get? What am I going to get DOJ and the boys? I hope I don't forget anybody on this long, long list. I got the whole car filled up to the brim. It's like I'm driving a sleigh. I just want to get you presents from the heart. But the ones that you want, I'm running around and it's got me all stressed. I just want your Christmas baby to be the best. I gotta be a Santa for someone. The list is extensive. It's all too expensive, but I just can't quit until it's done. I just want to get you presents from the heart. I want to be your Santa. Santa is the living being of love, just like Jesus. Santa is one of the ones that puts into motion everything that Jesus told us to do. And he does it for the kids. And he does it for the adults. And he does it just because he knows he's supposed to. So, starting right now, I'm going to be my best Santa that I can possibly be. And I'm going to try to be there for people. Even if it's just listening when they tell me what they want for Christmas. And I have a different perspective on who Santa actually is now. Santa is a human version of love. And that's what Jesus wants all of us to be. Love. So, you have a good week. And you remember, I love you. And I miss you a lot. But we'll be together soon. Merry Christmas. I love you.